ESGI All-Stars right here. Adam and Trisha Peterson, how are y'all doing?
We are doing awesome.
We're doing great.
Trisha, are you okay over there?
I'm doing awesome.
She's doing awesome too.
Now, you guys are about to do a presentation together. This is your first presentation together ever, right?
It is.
Right, and this is my first time presenting ever.
Ever presenting. Let's give it up for Trisha.
And it's live, so she's loving this right now.
Yeah, she loves it. She loves it. She's gonna have her own talk show soon. It's all good.
It's coming next.
Yes, I love it. So, for those of you who don't know, Adam and Trisha obviously are married. Yes, both teachers. We're at the same school.
Yeah.
Taught together for a number of years, right?
11 years in the same school?
11 years at the same school. How has that been working together? What was that experience like for you all?
Do you want me to put my mic down and you share this? No, it's been awesome. Honestly, what we're going to talk about has a lot to do with that. The fact that we have someone that we already have a relationship with, we didn't really have to build an extra relationship outside of our team, that we were able to just have someone to buddy up with and share ideas.
And it made carpooling back and forth pretty
Oh my
easy.
gosh, it's been so convenient.
Because our
who
kids,
drives to work in the morning usually?
I do.
No way.
she drives
all the
everywhere.
time.
I hate driving. When I get in a car, what do?
Sleep.
I fall asleep.
Probably because you have to get in the car and sit like this
do.
because you're so tall. You have to like duck your head. So I want to play, so your session's all about buddying up, right? So you're going to work together in this game, and then we're going to do a little like newlywed type game, okay? Are you up for it?
We are up for that.
All right, so Holly has your signs here. So on one side it says Trisha, on the other side it says Adam. So I'm going to read different questions. You have to decide which one it is. Don't look at the other person's answer. And then on the count of 3, you'll turn it up and see if you agree, okay?
All right.
So don't cheat.
What does the winner get?
Bragging rights
Your respect?
for your rest of your lives. Okay.
All right.
So here's the first one.
Don't cheat.
Don't cheat.
I'm not cheating. I'm going to win anyway.
Who is more of a morning person? Okay, flip it around.
No?
Well, let me explain this.
Okay, yeah, please do, because we're not starting off great here, guys.
Adam doesn't sleep very well, and he wakes up in the middle of the night, and it's usually technically morning.
Okay, I can go with that. I can go with
I
that.
don't sleep as much as one might assume.
So you just stay up all the time.
I do stay up a lot.
Okay, next one. Who's most likely to be late? Even I know this one. There you go.
Yep.
Oh,
I think you already knew this
Like
because you've given me
100% late.
all the
Like,
time.
Did this start late? Probably his fault. Not ours. Definitely not ours. Okay, next one. Most likely to ask for directions when lost.
What? You always tell me how good I am with directions.
You are good at them, but you're also good at asking. I'm not good about asking for that.
Just like I don't talk to people.
Somewhat true. Oh, this is a good one. Who's a better cook?
Ooh. Yikes.
What? I think they're too nice. They
Okay,
just
I
don't-
really do want to say this.
Okay. Yeah, Adam just doesn't want to be in the doghouse. So
I didn't
he's
wanna
like,
be mean.
Trisha's the better cook.
She's a great cook. I just cook more, I think.
Neither one of us cook that much, so we're not good about that.
We can
hashtag
both make a
something
we need to
mean
work
bowl of
on.
cereal.
You and I both, buddy. You and I both. Okay. We already did this one. Who's the better driver? So the only driver, Trisha. Okay, we'll skip that one. Who leaves a bigger mess? I know this one as
Oh
well.
gosh.
That's no doubt.
Okay, so we filmed a video for ESGI, and then Trisha told me this story about Adam that I feel like we just need to share. Do you know which one it is?
I
I
don't
have
remember.
no idea what this is going to be.
Well, actually, your daughter might have told me about the shredded cheese.
Oh, yeah, I do. I love cheese. And I get in trouble because I
So
eat...
like Trisha will buy shredded cheese like in the bag for like tacos or something, right?
Right.
And what will Adam do?
Well, he'll go over the kitchen sink and just start shoveling it in, and just makes a big disaster everywhere.
I love cheese. So I taught our daughter the same trick. So,
So now
she...
their daughter just shoves cheese everywhere. It's like confetti all over the kitchen.
This actually came up this morning. She's like, why is this in the bathtub in the hotel room? I'm like, because that's where it belongs. I
Yes.
don't know. She's
What
like, no.
was this?
It was a baggie of
Ziploc
ice.
bags
Oh.
for mice.
Just put it in the garbage. So yeah, I'm definitely a messier person.
Okay, who's the pickier eater?
Boom.
Like kids meal style picky eater or almost? Like
I've
me.
gotten a little bit better.
Chase says like me.
We should say like who's the better eater because she's picky because she eats good.
Oh, like healthier.
She's so good.
Okay.
I've always been a picky eater, though.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do 2 more. Who spends the most time getting ready? Is it the
towel.
hair? Is it the hair, or I mean?
Before
I
this
mean-
started, does my hair look okay?
So how long does that take to get that messy look?
It's quick to get it once, and then I move it, and I move it, and I move it, and I move it.
So it didn't start like that.
I'm such a terrible. What you just called me a little while ago? A diva or something?
Hot mess.
A
I don't
hot
know.
mess?
Jolly Green Giant.
I take
I've said
way
a lot
too
of
long to
things.
get ready. Yeah.
Okay, last one. Oh, who's more stubborn?
Yes, she admits it.
Okay, we got better. Give it up for Adam and Trisha.
Yeah, we are so excited to be here too. Thank you to everyone that came to the booth. Thank you to ESGI for letting us come. All you awesome teachers that are here in the dugout, as they call it. We are going to talk about Buddy Up for Success. Obviously, we are married, and I think we work well together. But we've been lucky enough to teach in the same school for the past 11 years, and actually in the same hallway. So it's been kind of crazy. We've buddied up a lot. So we're going to go through our tips and tricks for how to find your what we call TBFF, and then how to make that work with your students as well. So I'm Adam.
And I am Trisha.
And we also run a blog. Now I say run a blog like it's small, like 5 posts. But you can find it at adamandtrishateach.blogspot.com. It will get bigger as the school year starts up again and we move on. So we're going to look at our classrooms a little bit.
All right, so this is me with my class. I'm a 2nd grade teacher. We're all in black because we were doing a Bat Cave day that day, but we'll talk about that in a few minutes.
And that's me with my group outside my classroom doing a groundhog room transformation. And we're going to talk more about those in one of my sessions tomorrow, and we'll talk about it in our session a little bit too. But those are our 2 groups of kids who kind of became a family together this year because of the way we buddied up. So here's our rules. So TBF, your teacher, best friend, forever. She is mine. I'm not just saying that because you're all here. But we have some rules for that. And the way that's made it work for us are following these 3 simple rules.
So one of them is just to try to find someone outside of your team. Obviously, you have a team that you work with that you probably meet with quite often and that you already bounce ideas off of. But if you can find someone outside of your team to get fresh ideas from and someone else to bounce ideas off of, that is awesome to have.
Sorry, I don't mean to take the mic from you. So rule number 2 is compliment, and not compliment with an I, but with an E. You need to find someone who, I mean, you are full of great ideas, and I think I've got some good ideas, but my ideas don't become what they are until I have her help. So my friend Kim Adsit, or our friend Kim Adsit, tells a story about Kim's awesome at creating content, and she's a friend that creates great content but isn't so good at clip art. So she comes to Kim to spice it up with the cuteness. So find someone who compliments you and your ideas, and you can do the same for them.
And then our last one, and we think it's pretty important, is to be consistent. Don't just make this a one and done thing where you meet up with another teacher one time and try to make it maybe once a week, maybe more, whatever works for your schedule, but don't just make it one time.
Cool. Oh, we get our own mics. I like that. That's good. All right, so the way we make this work, so we've obviously buddied up. You found your best friend, someone you work well with together. Now we're going to take it to the kids level. So Trish and I use a form similar to this, and we plan together. So and I'm not talking all of our lesson plans for the grade level, but anything we're going to do together, we try to plan it out together. So we think about all the different components of our curriculum, and then we think about the standards we need to hit. And the cool part is, because I teach kindergarten, she teaches 2nd grade, we try to find a way that her 2nd graders can help my kindergartners meet standards, and I also find a way that her 2nd graders can, kind of bring up the education of my kindergartners to meet some of their standards,
Right.
and all the fun activities we do with it.
So one thing that we've done to try to bring the kids together between our 2 classes is we have adapted the house system from the Ron Clark Academy. We just modified it for our school a little bit, for our classes, and turn it into teams. So we put them into different teams that when they get together, when we put our 2 classes together, they are with that same group of students each time so that they can build a better relationship with a small group.
Yeah, and that's huge. The consistency and of that togetherness. Like when we get together, those are their groups who work together. So when I go to Trisha's classroom, I don't just say, okay, you go here, you go here. We just say, Team Alcanzar in that corner, Team Postavati in that corner, and they work together real well with that. And we really focus on this. So we try to teach the kids, like think back to when you start your year, and I know you're all gonna face this. You're gonna go back for your first day of PD, and you're gonna do some team building activity with your administration, and you're gonna do it once. And you're never gonna work on that again. And that has no effect whatsoever. So we focus on this with our students. We teach them every single day. When we come together, we're going to team build, and we talk about what that means and how to build each other up. It's not a one and done. And we focus on those three things. We model the expectations, we practice the expectations, and we review expectations. And I know that they're 5 and 7 or 8 years old, but we expect a lot. We teach to the top, and they understand that from day one.
So a couple of examples that we have done with our classes together. One of them a lot of you have probably done before is buddy reading, where the kids get together and they just read with a partner, but we kind of took it to another level where we go together with each other's classes. So this first picture on the left was a couple kids those were both from my class this year actually. They were practicing. They were so excited to be able to read their stories to kids in Adam's class that they wanted to practice, and it helped them become such confident readers just in that practice time, but then also when they got to read to his class.
My kids absolutely love it, as you know. The other picture there, Trish talked about a bat cave room transformation that she did that we actually learned about first from our friend, Miss Holly Ely over there. And that picture there was so fun because not just were they buddy reading about bats and learning about bats together, we actually did an echolocation activity. So as her class was learning about bats, my class was learning about the 5 senses. So we were talking about how bats hear differently than we do. And we did this awesome activity in the dark, and we put on different sounds. The kids had to listen to different sounds and try to write down with their buddies what they were, and then they earned team points for that. So right there, they are working with their teammates that they've already met. They come together, they get to know each other, and it's just a blast. And then obviously one of our favorite things to do is STEM activities. There's no better team building activity than when it means to solve a problem. And we really try to focus on that problem solving with this. So this was in your room. Trisha was doing a Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs unit, and we were talking about weather and structures, right?
Right. So part of the unit, we decided to give them a certain amount of supplies, and they had to build some sort of structure together with their team to withstand different types of weather. So we took a spray bottle, we sprayed water on their structures, we blew on their structures to act like wind, we moved
Like
the
bump the
tables
table.
on them.
It was fun.
But the team building was what was so great about it.
It was cool. So here's our why. I mean, you guys all do. I hope you have someone you work with together anyway, but our why for doing this across grade levels is what's most important. And obviously we didn't have permission for all these pictures, that's why you see a blur there. But the little guy on the right was in my class a couple years ago. Super quiet little boy. He was an English language learner, very, very timid and shy. And the little boy on your right, our left, sorry, was in Trisha's class, and they got sorted into the same team and immediately clicked. And the relationship that they formed, they never would have known each other, ever, before this. And they absolutely loved each other. This is their team working together in Trisha's room, and you can see the two of them back here aren't really in the team, but look at them just chatting it up. Like they were catching up on what happened over the weekend, and how's your family doing, and how are you today? And you saw something really cool.
So this was actually our classes from 2 years ago. So last year, the beginning of the year came, and they saw each other in the hallway on one of the first days of school, and they just went running up to each other to give each other hugs, and it was just the sweetest thing. And it just shows us that team building and building that relationships means so much to the kids.
I mean, that was after summer, and they were asking like, what'd you do this summer? How was your summer? And it was amazing. And then this quote here, it just speaks all, but this picture, I'm gonna let Trisha tell the story because this is one of the most meaningful stories to us and how this works.
So this little guy who was in my class this year, he came into school, didn't really talk, didn't want to participate in anything, didn't really seem to have any friends, but putting him into a team and matching him up with some other kids and even some kids that were younger than him proved to be absolutely amazing for him. He just became a leader with all of these activities. Like in this STEM activity we were doing, he was leading his group.
I never heard him talk before that. It was crazy.
It just proves to us that it works.
It was cool. So as you go on and you find someone, remember this, the success that we've had is because we've realized that she has better ways of doing things than I do, and I have better ways of doing things. It goes both ways.
You learn from each other.
We try to do that. So one of the most meaningful things that we've gotten out of this is when I'm in her room watching her introduce one of these activities, I've learned so much about her as a teacher, but also taking things back. And when she's come to my room, same thing. So whoever that partner of yours is, take time. Like ask for, on your prep period or your lunch, just go watch them teach. And you're gonna learn so much more about teaching from watching someone else and letting someone else watch you than you will on your own. So we're gonna end it there. Obviously we are here because of ESGI and all of you All-Star teachers. If you sign up for ESGI, make sure you type in that promo code right there. And then that little buddy page, the plan page we showed you all, will be up on our blog at the end of Vegas. We're going to put everything from our sessions on there for free for you, so you can download that file. It's just not there yet because we're here running around like crazy all week. If you have questions, you can email us at adamtrishateach@gmail.com. And that's it. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.